Your daily escape is brought to you by me, Cassie, with Oddball Escapes. Neuschwanstein Castle. This gem is located in southern Germany and it sits along the foothills of the Alps in the region known as Bavaria. And yes, it is a real castle. It was built by a king lived in it, and that king was King Ludwig II. Now, that guy was a bit crazy, but we'll save that for a different conversation. Look at the size of this castle. Did you know it was not the king's main castle? He built this castle as a retreat away from Munich. Munich is about 75 miles away, and this castle was supposed to be an escape to get away from everyone. So, isn't it ironic? Nowadays, it takes just under 2 hours to get there, and it averages more than 1.4 million visitors per year. That's about 6,000 per day in the summer months. And I was actually one of those visitors. This was an immediate personal favorite. It was such a highlight of my trip that I liked it so much, I went back and visited this castle a second time before I went home. So, what do you get to see? Of course, you can walk around the outside of the castle and take photos. And yes, you can go inside. You can take a tour of the castle, but you're not supposed to take pictures once you're inside. So I don't have any personal photos of the inside of the castle. I pulled up a few from Google to show you the amazing interior. So let's take a look at the inside. They spent nearly 20 years building this castle, and it still wasn't finished when the king died. There were supposed to be over 200 rooms, and there aren't nearly that many to see because not all of them were finished. You pretty much are limited to 2 floors of completed rooms, but what you do see is impressive. Everything has a ton of decoration and details. This picture is of the Hall of Singers. Let's flip through some more rooms, and as I say the rooms, it might actually remind you of the game of Clue. The Throne Hall, the Study, the Drawing Room, the Dining Room, the Grotto. Now, this is cool. There's actually a hallway, or more like a little secret passageway, connecting 2 rooms, and it is designed to look like a cave or grotto. And finally, the king's bedroom. Look at all of the hand carved wood. It took over 14 years for them to finish the woodwork in just this one room. Now, as you've been looking through the photos of the Neuschwanstein castle, have you been thinking of another castle? Does it remind you of a castle a little closer to home? Yes, Walt Disney World. Now, Walt Disney himself was so drawn to the Neuschwanstein Castle, he used it as inspiration for the Cinderella's castle in Disney World. Even before that, he used it as her castle in the cartoon film that was created back in the 1950s. And of course, if you look at their logo, it is the inspiration for the castle that's on the Disney logo. But you may have also recognized the castle from other movies as well. How about Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? Do you remember when Dick Van Dyke and his family get into the flying car and they fly over a castle? Well, this is the castle. So when do you want to go to Germany and see the Neuschwanstein Castle? Unfortunately, it cannot be in a flying car. Or can it?